What's up, guys? It's your homeboy Cowboy Crunk asking you to do me a favor. Like the video if you're interested in it at all, please. I'm trying to get this channel rolling again. Liking the video gets these videos to the top of the search engine anytime somebody searches Dallas Cowboys or whatever. So this weekend is a big game. There'll be a lot of people out there. So like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to, hit the notification bell. That'll let you know anytime Cowboy Crunk makes a video. We're gonna get into this Cowboy Chalk Talk, baby. This is something new I'm doing for you guys, so enjoy it. Peace, enjoy the video.
What's up, guys? It's your homeboy Cowboy Crunk coming to you from Naval Air Station Manama, Bahrain here in the Middle East. I want to start doing something a little new every Saturday morning. I want to go over what we have for the weekend. I'll try to do this Wednesdays if we have a Thursday game. But what we have going into the weekend, what the Cowboys are going to have to go against. This weekend it's the Seattle Seahawks. And I'm going to bring up the All 22. If you guys don't know what that is, it's something off NFL Game Pass that it's a subscription you get a hold of, and it shows you the footage, which you'll see here. I'm going to go over some plays that are going to break down some stuff from the Seattle game. I didn't grab anything from the Rams game. Not from the Seattle game, the Atlanta game, that'll prepare us for the Seattle game. A few things I want to go over that in preparation for the Seattle game, some things we need to do, some areas we need to improve, and some areas where we're kind of doing well after you watch the footage where you may think we weren't doing well. So I'm gonna call this Crunk's Chalk Talk. We'll do this every Saturday. I'll try to get it out around Saturday, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock before the college games start. So I'm going to get this rolling. As you guys know, Seattle this weekend. It's a 4 o'clock game in the afternoon. Those guys have Tyler Lockett. He's always a guy that's done well against us. Right now, he's been targeted 16 times with 15 catches this season. One of the better. There's only like one other person in the NFL that has a higher percentage than that right now. So him and Russell Wilson are on sync. We have not created a turnover as far as fumbles go this year as of yet. This is something we're going to have to work on. We're going to have to shut Tyler Lockett down. Our secondaries are going to have to cover well, and we're going to have to create some fumbles. We have one interception that came off of the first game that came off of Aldon Smith hitting Jared Goff and causing the ball to be dislodged kind of and thrown kind of awkward. And you guys remember Cheeto got that interception. So we have 4 sacks all season. We've got to improve in that area as well. We have to get after Russell Wilson, especially up the middle. He's kind of a shorter receiver, a shorter quarterback. So for him to see well, he needs lanes to see through. He can't usually see over the linemen as well as some of your taller like Matt Ryan and Jared Goff, which we've already seen. We've got to keep the lanes. We've got to keep that pocket tight and just close it in on him. And don't let him outside. So far, another thing, our offense has got to get going with these receivers. That's an area everyone thinks we're doing well. We do have a lot of yards. We have 0 touchdowns with CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. 0 touchdowns. Our 2 passing touchdowns are to Dalton Schultz and Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott also has 2 running touchdowns, so he has 3 of our touchdowns, and Dak has 3 running touchdowns as well. So that's our touchdowns. Dalton Schultz has 1, Ezekiel Elliott has 3, and Dak Prescott has 3. They're all on the ground other than that. So we've got to get after it in the passing game. In the red zone, we've got to do a much better job of using CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. In particular, Michael Gallup, I think he's the one you go to on those fade routes to the corner. The guy can just get up so well. It has to be done. They've got to work on that if they're going to work on getting in the red zone. They can't just pound it in with Zeke and run RPOs all day down there. We love it. We love to see it. But you can't run them all day. You can't run, 8 RPOs a game with Dak down in the, inside the 5-yard line. It's just not healthy. Let's see. Last week, one thing we did good on, we had 3 turnovers and we had those 2 fake punts. So basically, you can kind of count it as 5 turnovers, and we still won the game and without creating any turnovers. So if we can get in the turnover game, if we can at least get in the game, get a few of them, it's gonna excel our team immensely. We won't have to go put up so many dehydrated yards that we're putting up all these yards to get points, and we're barely winning games. So that's something we could have improved in the first week. I'm going to go into this now. I think that covers all of everything I wanted to say. Seattle is #1 in the NFL right now in special teams. And another thing is D-Law has to get after it. Right now, the guy has 6 tackles and no sacks. So he's got to play better than that. We do see some stuff. I'll show you some stuff here on the footage. It looked like Chidobe Awuzie was actually injured during this game, and he played through it. And you'll see towards the end, a couple of the plays I show you, he just had trouble moving laterally. So I'm going to get into that real quick. I think that covers all the notes I had. And we got to lock down Tyler Lockett, guys. He's been a Cowboy killer. Every time we play them, he's played well against us. So that's the guy I'm focused on as far as that goes in our secondary. The videos I'm going to go over here are all secondary, and they particularly include the safety. The safety position, they're playing well, they're covering well. The problem is when they transfer responsibility, when a player moves from one area of the zone, particular zone play, when they move from one area of the zone to the other, and another safety is supposed to pick them up, or a safety is supposed to move his area of responsibility up because there's somebody deep on the other side. You'll see it in the videos. There's good safety play going on, but every once in a while we get burnt at safety. And when you do, you give up 30 or 40 yards. If you do that 3 or 4 times a game, you're talking about 90, 120 yards you're giving up. You're talking giving up momentum. You're talking giving up big plays. You're talking up possibly giving up touchdowns. So unfortunately, we haven't had that situation yet, except down in the red zone. We haven't given up any big, super huge plays or anything. So we're going to go into this first video. I try not to do the first quarter, and the reason I do that is the secondary is young, and we're still adjusting in the first quarter. We're checking out their game plan. We don't know if they're coming out run heavy or if they're coming out, going to be pass heavy, or what they're going to do. So I don't take anything off the first quarter because the guys are still kind of looking the offense over, figuring out how they're going to switch, how they're going to rotate, how they're going to pick up Julio Jones. Julio Jones was a key focus in this game in the secondary. Every time Julio Jones, take this in the notes that I'm going to show you, and I'll say it during the note, but every time Julio Jones goes deep on that side, they send the corner and they send the safety deep. That leaves the other safety to cover center field and take over anything coming across the middle. That's what they weren't doing. I'm going to show you that multiple times in this game where one safety went deep in the far corner or on his side, and the other safety has to rotate over and cover the middle of the field, and they're not doing it. And it happened multiple times, and it's going to cause problems in this game, but luckily we came out with the win. So I'm going to go ahead and start this video. This first one, we'll watch it full speed, then I may slow it down. This first one is Diggs gets turned around. This is just a bad play by Diggs. I'm going to pause it right there. As you can see right here, I'll back it up and run it again real quick. Diggs is in the top corner up there. That is J.R. Ridley, who came up, dug in, and then did an out to the sideline and got him turned around. Nothing big there. I just wanted to show that because he's a young guy. He's going to get burnt every once in a while. The rest of the game he played particularly well. So I probably shouldn't even be showing this one, but it's kind of a warm-up shot here of what we're going to be seeing. Back it up just a little bit, and then I'm going to play it and slow it down. And you can see here, it looks like he's going out. You can see he has almost 4 yards separation there. It's a pretty easy throw for Matt Ryan, and then he almost misses the tackle, but they get him out of bounds. So that right there is going to happen. It was not Julio Jones. That's why he was out there by himself, and that's going to happen. The corner on the other side is going to be by himself with that the receiver, because on the other side, wherever you have Julio Jones, that safety is going to be covering over the top, and the other safety is going to be responsible for covering the middle of the field. So anything to the outside, that's going to leave that corner by himself. Diggs was by himself because the safety on his side had responsibility in the middle of the field. We're going to roll through to the next one. The next one is it's in the second. It's in the third quarter also with 6:03 left, and it actually tells the plays and everything what happens right here. This is the touchdown to, let's see, Jordan Lewis kind of got burnt on a touchdown here. It just was kind of the same thing. On this side, you had Julio Jones. I just paused it. Julio Jones down here. So you got this safety cheating over this way. So that means whoever's a safety on this side has got to cover the middle of the field. That leaves the corner on the opposite side by himself. Again, Julio Jones down here. He's got Chidobe Awuzie on him. They've got Darian Thompson cheating over here to help on this side, as well as cover the run on this side. And then you have Jordan Lewis up here by himself with Ridley. Ridley's going to come up here. He's going to make a move to the inside, cut outside. And Jordan Lewis kind of just loses his footage. And it's a wide open touchdown there for Atlanta. But as you can see, that puts him by himself. And the reason that happens is on the lower end of the field, on the left side, you have Julio Jones down there. They had to have a safety. So they went to that all day. You're going to see it on these longer plays that I'm going into here in just a second. Now this is the first play you actually see it on, and it's really prevalent. You can really see what happens here on this play in particular. We really screwed this one up. It was a play that took a little while to develop. Because it took a little while to develop also, that includes the defensive line. Something I want to go over real quick once this play starts. I'm going to pause it. You have the defensive line here. He has a really good pocket for Matt Ryan. That's your first level of defense. If your first level of defense gets after it and they're getting busy and they're doing work, if they do their job perfect, you don't need linebackers or safeties. And that's why people say the safety position is not that important. Because if the defensive line dominates, they're going to get inside, they're going to take care of business, and then they get to the quarterback, you're straight. Your linebackers have to cover for a couple seconds. Nobody even get to where the safeties are. So on this play, they had good protection on the line. The receivers get into the secondary where the linebackers are. Then the play develops into the safety area, and that's where we make the mistake. You can see right here, you have three receivers breaking out into routes here in the linebacker area. Let me forward it a little bit where you can see where the transfer of responsibility I'm talking about happens. Down here, you have Julio Jones who's streaking down this sideline. That means this safety has got to stay deep with Julio Jones because he's going deep on this side. So you have Chidobe Awuzie and the safety covering Julio deep, which is what you want. You don't want Julio deep one-on-one. And then let the play develop on the other side. They keep going to the weak side. I'll refer to the weak side as the side that does not have Julio Jones on it. Now, they only threw to Julio Jones twice for 12 yards. So let me get this rolling here. Okay, boom. I'm going to stop it. Now you see what's happened. Julio Jones has drawn out this safety and the corner on the lower side of the field. That leaves this guy who, because the protection was good enough, he's allowed to come up here and come all the way across the formation. The problem is you have these two short routes here. The tight end and I believe the running back have come out of the backfield. So the linebacker and the corner on this side had cheated up to cover them. That leaves no one here to cover this receiver coming across the middle. Okay, the problem is, look at Xavier Woods on this side and where he's at and what he's doing. He's playing deep. There's no reason. There's no one outside the numbers. There's no one that can sneak up here behind him. There's no one in that area. A real safety, a veteran safety that is a good quality safety would be up in here hunting. That's what you call a safety that hunts for the ball, that goes for the ball. He's aggressive. He has no responsibility out there. There's no reason to be out there. The only thing that's out there is fans eating popcorn. And if he's going to go up there and eat popcorn with the fans, sign some autographs or whatever he wants to do, that's the only reason to be up there. He should be down in this area ball hawking. There's no one coming this way deep. There's no one in this area. These two guys are covered down. From the back of the field, he has to see that. He has to see that that's his man, and he has to get up here and cover all of this area sideline to sideline because Julio Jones is taking those two guys deep. If he doesn't see that, they're going to eat that up all day, and that's what they started doing. If you look at the tape, The Rams did the same damn thing against us. They would take the wide receiver they had that we were covering deep. They would send him deep. Our two safeties would go, and then they would eat us up in the middle. And our safeties were not transferring the responsibility over. Instead of covering this now, that safety has to cover this now because it's pulled out. These two guys are short. They're covered by the linebacker. I'm going to show you a couple plays just like that. This play ends up being caught a couple of times. We did not catch it, but Matt Ryan didn't throw the ball either, and the receivers were wide open. It just happened to be that Matt Ryan didn't see it. So there the play goes, wide open across the other side of the field, and Cheeto has to bail off of – that wasn't even Cheeto, that was Worley. He had to bail out on his coverage of Julio Jones and take care of that play and clean it up at the end. But there you go. You see the other footage of it. And on all of this 22-man, they call it, because you can see the whole field. They do it from the end zone route or the end zone footage, and then they do it also from the sideline. Let me go to the next one here. We're going to the third quarter, 11:36 left. It'll only take a second to get down there. 11:36 left in the third quarter right here. This is a very similar play where transfer of duty by the safeties did not happen appropriately, and when that happens, what you end up with is somebody open across the middle of the field. They've got to talk better. My mouse is not moving well. No, I'm sorry. This is just a play I wanted to show you guys with Aldon Smith. I'm going to go ahead and roll it. It's a run to his side. He takes the tackle completely out of the play, comes in, makes an outstanding tackle. This guy, within 2 more games, he's going to be in Pro Bowl shape. He's going to be playing Pro Bowl caliber ball. He could end up, I think he's going to end up with more than 10 sacks. I really do, and I think he'll end up with more tackles for loss than he ends up with sacks. He's going to have a Pro Bowl season. So I'm going to slow it down when we have the other run come through. This was an outstanding play. When it gets over to his side, I'll slow it down and I'll show you what I'm talking about. He disengages from the tackle. Slow it down right there. Look at this. Here's the tackle coming. He pops that tackle back, pulls his arm back, and comes in and tries to punch the ball out. I'm sure he almost probably killed the guy. I really, dude, the guy is going to be good. He is nasty, bro. When I saw him draw that fist back and go to try to take the ball out, that was it, man. I was like, dude, this guy, we did a good thing signing him. I hope he can keep everything together and stay on the roster. We've got a good pickup right there. I hope we can get him long term. Got 2 more videos, guys. Hang in there. I got 2 more. 10:27. Just a couple plays later. This is the play I was talking about. Again, we did not transfer responsibility to the other safety. It's not really transferring. He has to take it. He has to see that. Let me get over here and pause it. Pause it. Boom. Again, right here. This play is already developed. I'm going to have to back it up a little bit. Back it up a little bit and play. I'm going to put it on slow, play it, and then I'll pause it when it gets to where I need it. All right, right here. Okay, as you can see, same thing. This is going to be the receiver that he should be hitting. The problem is Matt Ryan didn't happen to see him this time. Again, he comes from the backside or from the weak side of the field. He's coming to the strong side. You got Julio Jones streaking. You have Xavier Woods and the corner on that side bailing out deep with him. That leaves Darian Thompson, and watch what he ends up doing. I guess you guys can see him. You might not be able to with the Super Bowl trophy there. Let me slide over here and push this back. What am I just lost my mouse. Sorry, guys. All right, so primary receiver, cutting across to the weak side, Julio Jones, again, going deep, taking out the safety in the corner. The problem is, again, weak side safety should come over here and cover this part of the field because the strong safety on the strong side and the cornerback are going deep with Julio Jones. And And Darian Thompson on this play stays with this receiver deep. I don't know what he's doing. There's no reason for three people. And he actually runs almost shoulder to shoulder with Xavier Woods, running down the field, covering a guy where there's double coverage already. So it's some of the stuff that's not happening right. And you guys may say I'm picking on the safety or I'm trying to make a big deal out of this because of Earl Thomas. But no, like I said, this can happen 7 or 8 times a game. This probably happened about 7 times. They took advantage of it like 3 or 4 times. When they do that, that's about 25 to 30 yards a play. So you're looking at 100 yards. A veteran safety will not make this mistake. A veteran safety will not bail out with the wide receiver going deep on the opposite side of the field. He knows his responsibility when those safeties go deep is to cover the middle because the other safety had to take off. So you'll see it here. I do have it in slow-mo. As it develops, Matt Ryan throws the ball here when he had that wide open receiver. Now you see Xavier Woods breaking off of the coverage deep to Julio to cover for that. But that wasn't his responsibility the way they were playing it the rest of the game. That happened multiple times, guys. That's what I'm looking at. That's why I want a veteran safety in here. We're giving up anywhere from 60 to 120 yards a game with these type plays, and they could be stopped. Those are plays you can get interceptions on. Those are the plays that the quarterback goes deep. That's why we're not getting interceptions. Those are the plays where the quarterback gets fooled. He steps up to throw that ball, and you've got a safety jumping in front of that. But our safeties are playing. They're playing soft. They're playing deep, and they're letting that happen in front of them. I think because they're young and they're scared to get beat. But we're just not playing aggressive. I had one more of those. I think I'll go ahead and show it. But like I said, oh, here we go. I'm going to show you guys the Wildcat one-on-one, which is what they did at 15 minutes and 7 minutes and 15 seconds right here. You guys remember this play. This is when they went into the Wildcat and they threw the ball deep and I'll show you another situation where Darian Thompson made a huge mistake here. I'm going to show you the lineup real quick. You got Julio Jones here. You had the receiver that lined up at quarterback, Matt Ryan, I believe. I think that's him up. Yeah, Matt Ryan is up here, completely out of the play. Matt Ryan actually steps back here. No one moves. This play, the reason they did this play, it was 3rd and 2. On a 3rd and 2, they decided, hey, we can go for it here on 4th down. So let's shoot for the end zone here. Our defense assumed that they're going to try to pick up this run, pick up this first down with the run play. They cheated up both safeties in the box. As you can see, no one here in this area. No one here in the back area here. No safeties deep. And you got Julio Jones one-on-one with Trevon Diggs. So Trevon Diggs did cover him a lot one-on-one, but like I said, when he goes deep, if that safety sees him, he's supposed to pick him up. Darian Thompson here, as soon as Julio Jones flies past this line of scrimmage, Darian Thomas should recognize that and get deep and cover the inside and allow Trevon Diggs to cover the outside and kind of box Julio Jones in. What he does is he gets trapped watching the run back here. He's thinking it's going to be an RPO, and he gets stuck here while that gets blown up. And you guys remember the call or remember the play. The only reason it didn't work, it was a perfect throw. The only reason it didn't work was Julio Jones dropped the ball, which you rarely see. So the play's developing here. Let me get it rolling. I'll go ahead and play it in full speed. I'll slow it down just for a second right here at the snap. Once it snaps, you'll see that he okay, look, at this point he should be bailing out and getting deep. He's late. He's already late. Now you have Julio Jones already deepest man on the field. The ball's already in the air, and we got so lucky he did not catch that ball. We got extremely lucky that ball was not caught. That was a point of the game. We had turned the momentum around. We were moving, and if that would have happened, that might have shut the door on us. And you see, watch this. You'll see at the end of this play, Darian Thompson comes up to him, says, "Hey man, good play, bro. My bad. I'm sorry, bro. My bad." I mean, I don't know what he said, but I'm pretty sure you could tell by Trevon Diggs' reaction. He just gave him a 5 and like walked past him. He's like, "Bro, don't leave me hanging out with that dude like that again. Julio Jones will light your ass up." So you can see it here. I'm gonna go ahead and run it full speed, and you can see this play again. But there is a lot of issues going on with the safeties not picking up responsibility at times. That was a play right there, and you got Julio Jones dropping a perfect pass. Probably may have never had. Now after this is when he was kind of injured, and we got the penalty for 12 men on the field because Julio Jones really didn't get off the field in time. They didn't call a timeout. But that's what we had that all game, guys. One more thing, the Cheeto Bay Awuzie, where you can see the I'm going to show you where you can see that he was kind of looked like he was moving slow and couldn't move laterally. This one is at 14:29 in the fourth quarter, so I got to go down 14:29 right here. I'm going to show you this play, and this is it, guys. I'm going to get out of here and get the video posted so you guys can enjoy it. Cheeto's up here. He's one-on-one in the corner as the receiver comes across. He's with Gage, and when he goes to step side to side, you can just see there was no effort in that. He really didn't. And the game is on the line at this point. I'm going to slow it down here on this one so you can see it a lot better here after the snap. Boom. Well, you actually can't see Cheeto in the coverage. Let me back it up to the front. I think Cheeto was actually injured in the middle of the game. It seemed his coverage was really slow. His lateral movement left to right was really slow. Here at the snap, I'll slow it down. We'll pick him up at the top of the screen. And I missed it again because it cut off. Here we go. One more time. All right, you can see, boom. He's supposed to make that cut, and it's just tremendously slow. He goes left and can't cut back right. He had his acceleration. He had no problem running, accelerating, but that groin, I think, was injured already, and he just couldn't shuffle his feet left to right. So, hey guys, that's the Chalk Talk with Cowboy Crunk. I appreciate you guys being here. I want to do this every Sunday, like I said, or every Saturday. I'll go over what we expect our Cowboys to do, what we think they can do to get a win in the books. I am really concerned about this game and the secondaries, mainly concerned with the safety.
Out. Sorry, I had a phone call come in, yeah, closing out the video, the safety play has to improve. It's just a concern of mine. I wouldn't even mention it if there weren't safeties out there we could go get, or we even have the trade deadline. Not that I want to, use a trade or lose a draft pick when we have free agent safeties out there that are unemployed, that aren't working, that would probably be a pretty good deal and a safe, reliable selection for us, at least for 1 year to assist on the safety issue. But we'll see, guys. Like I said, subscribe to the videos in the channel. And Cowboy Crunk from Manama, Bahrain, closing the video out. Chalk Talk every weekend, guys. Every Saturday. Peace.